And what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Christmas day. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. And just want to wish safe travels to many of you who may be visiting, friends, loved ones, family members, abroad or even in a close vicinity, because you just never know when tomorrow or in the next minute may not be promised to you. So, with all that being said, man, we got a whole lot to talk about. The Lakers have been in action the past, 3 or 4 games, and I have not come to you. So I just want to let y'all know, I have been dealing with the flu. And man, you talking about man down, man, a man was down. Do you hear me? My household was infected. We was pretty sick, and, my youngest son, he's still getting over it. So, much prayers and blessings and wishes to everybody, and I hope you do the same for me. But, I don't want to really go back and get into all of the games that we hadn't had a chance to discuss. We know sort of the debacle that the Lakers have been in the past few games without the services of Anthony Davis. And, not to make excuses for the Lakers, but, in the previous games, and I'll take just a brief look back at it, though, the Lakers played the Suns. They was very shorthanded. They was without Russell Westbrook, without LeBron James, without Austin Reeves, I do believe. So nobody played in that game, so you didn't really expect much to come from that, even though, Phoenix was without Devin Booker. But the Lakers was very shorthanded. And, of course, I won't just go all the way back. The Lakers did play a good game against the Wizards. I think we did discuss that one. But the last game that the Lakers had to play before their tune-up game for today against the Dallas Mavericks, they took on none other than the Charlotte Hornets. And, what Charlotte's record is, you knew that could be a game, or should have been a game, that the Lakers should have been able to win, regardless of, and I know, they had some decent players on Charlotte, and of course, LaMelo Ball is an outstanding player. He hit a big three towards the end of the game. It was pretty clutch. But the Lakers, I think, still had a personnel in which they should have easily been able to win that game. At one point, I know early on they were about 10 or 12, and they gave away the lead. And the Lakers just keep succumbing to injury. I don't know if I saw Thomas Bryant got himself hurt at the end of the game, his shoulder, with this tomahawk foul by Mason Plumlee, which wasn't even called a foul, but you blasted this man's arm almost out of socket, but that wasn't even called a foul. So, I'm not even going to get into, the way the Lakers games are being called. I'm just going to leave that portion alone and just stick to the X's and O's. But, one thing I did want to point out at the end of that game that was really upsetting more than anything to me, because, LeBron James poured in 20 points in the fourth quarter. So if LeBron James poured in 20 points in the fourth quarter, then what else can he do? I mean, there's no AD. Westbrook is there. Schroeder, you there. Austin Reeves, you there. Lonnie Walker, you are playing. I mean, 20 points in the fourth quarter by LeBron, and nobody can step up. And probably the most play that really was the most hurtful play, damaging play, was that when the game was tied, I think with 30 seconds left, and Austin Reeves came up with the steal on LaMelo Ball, which I'm thinking, okay, the Lakers mounted this great comeback, got the steal, and now it's fast break time. You got Austin Reeves and Westbrook running the floor, but you also have LeBron James trailing, and you would imagine Westbrook, as good as he is at assisting the ball, would not try to force the issue, especially if you got numbers, and could have slowed it up and got it to LeBron James, who is probably still the best finisher at the rim in basketball. So, the Lakers did everything that they could have did in that fourth quarter to come back, but it just was not to be. You could tell. And then they drew up what it seems like a good play with LeBron. I think he would have took that ball to the basket to stop all these naysayers of people who say, oh, well, he's afraid to drive the ball to the basket at the end of games. But, I'm thinking we would even been looking at an and one situation, because where he caught that ball, it was a perfectly drawn up play to where he would have probably easily got to the rim. But of course, he lost his shoe. And still, after losing his shoe, still had the wherewithal to kick it to Dennis Schroeder in the corner. And that's the thing. He couldn't even come up with the shot. I mean, you basically are wide open. So you are wide open in the corner, which is probably the easiest three-point shot for most NBA players as far as percentage, that corner. And, of course, he was not able to come up with it, you know. He shouldn't have really been in that situation of shooting the three, but that would have won the game if I'm not mistaken, because they were only down by 2. But, of course, they had to end up fouling, and Charlotte hits their 2 free throws, and that was a wrap. So, you know, I think the Lakers, I don't know if it was because it's the holidays and they just got a little lackadaisical because they at home. But to me, no excuse for the way that they played. You know, you're letting games like this slip away. This is the type of game that you're going to look back on if you don't make the play-in tournament or don't make the playoffs. Because you're going to look at games like this, games that you should have easily put away. And the games like the Philly game where you were up, when you came all the way back and just blew it at the free throw line. You know, other games that you were up and then just blew leads. You know, Lakers still probably going to be looking to make a trade before the trade deadline. I'm not sure what that trade would be, and I'm still not so sure that the trade needs to be made, you know, if you're thinking about the future of the Lakers, because what major impact trade are they going to do at this point in the season that is really going to turn the tables? The key to the Lakers' success is Anthony Davis being healthy. And I don't know, it's just sad to me that LeBron James put all his eggs in one basket, you know, with the Lakers, as far as going out and getting Anthony Davis and trading away, you know, all your young draft picks who went on to, you know, play pretty good basketball on other squads, as we all know. And you trade away all these players to get an Anthony Davis, and then you knew his injury history. So that's the part I don't get. You know, Anthony Davis stays injured. You know, it's just unfortunate. I mean, he hit his foot in the air. I mean, it's crazy because you see Austin Reeves just damn near looked like he broke his ankle and finished the game, and then came back 3 games later. Oh, man, it is a car over here completely flipped over. And they just left it out here, man. Man, what's going on? Get y'all set together out here. You just put yellow tape around this car and it's flipped up. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Blessings to everybody, because you just never know. You just never know, man. I just pray that whoever there was, that they were straight. But anyway, it looked like that happened a couple of days ago. Maybe it's just too cold, or they're gonna come back and get that car. But I don't know. They usually clean that right on up. But anyway, LeBron James faces Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks today. I think it's going to be pivotal because the Dallas Mavericks, their team is struggling this year too in the West. And if you really look at the Western Conference right now, you know, it's not a lot of games to separate these teams, and that was a key time for the Lakers. Of course, you know, Golden State is reeling. They're probably going to take a big L to the Memphis Grizzlies today, I'm pretty sure, without the services of Steph Curry. You saw what happened to them in Brooklyn. You know, you saw what happened to them, I think, even against the Pacers. So, you know, without Steph Curry, you know, Jordan, you would think that the defending champions would be able to pull it together and get victories. But this is what's going to show you, and that proves my point, is that there's no easy victories in this league anymore. I don't care if it's Charlotte. I don't care if it's Detroit. These young hoopers are out here trying to prove a point, and especially if you're the Los Angeles Lakers or a team like the Golden State Warriors, they really going to bring their all, because that's like a test to them. A measuring stick to see how good they are. Okay, well, I know LeBron James is one of the greatest players in history. I want to go out here and take it to him and his team. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Competition that I love to see. You know, that's the great player Fly once stated. But, you know, the Lakers need to get themselves together before Anthony Davis comes back. I know they said, you know, they announced that they finally said more specific about what his injury is. And forgive me that I lose my mind right now what exactly the injury was, if it was a strain or whatever it was when it came to his foot. But, you know, it was just crazy because his foot just got hit in the air. It looked like maybe it would have been an ankle, but to me, I'm gonna stay as an optimist. I don't think it's season ending. I think it might put them out for a month, but let's see how the Lakers can stay afloat. That's the thing. People like Lonnie Walker are gonna have to step up. They're gonna have to get more confident in their shot. Austin Reeves has been playing pretty damn good. Westbrook, he's not been playing too bad. So if you can continue to lead Westbrook leading that unit off the bench, then they should be okay. But I think while Anthony Davis is out, it wouldn't hurt to start Russell Westbrook, to be honest, because it seems like him and LeBron James figured out a lot of their issues, and when they're on the floor, their plus minus is not too bad. So, but who am I to say? But with the injuries for the Lakers, it's just piling up. I'm not sure if Thomas Bryant is even available today. I'm sorry for not even looking it up, but I'm traveling on this Christmas Day as well. Spending time with, of course, my immediate family, but I have to go, visit my mother, so she wouldn't be all alone on this Christmas Day. Of course, she's taking care of my father, who you all know. If you don't know, he is terminally ill, suffering with dementia. So just keep our family in your prayers. We appreciate any kind of positive blessings or prayers you can send towards us. But, that is what life is. It's a circle, so, we eventually all going to have to leave this whole cruel world one day or another. But, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody enjoys a fun NBA today. Watching all the games. It's always special on Christmas Day. I think that LeBron James will show up and show out today because it is Christmas Day. And I don't think people realize LeBron has been playing with these nagging injuries this season. So I don't think he's played one game where he's been 100%. He started the season off, he had the bad foot he's been dealing with. That's still not been completely healed. Then he injured the groin. I think he came back okay from that. Maybe not quite 100%. But then he injures the ankle. Then dude rolls into his ankle again. So, he's not really at the peak of where he could be. But to see him playing at the high level that he's playing at, it's just something that is amazing to see. In that last game when he scored 20 in the fourth quarter and put the team on his back, and you thought they would have enough to go ahead and cruise and win the game. But like I said, the unfortunate turnover of Russell Westbrook, and then, of course, LeBron losing his shoe. It just seems like things are not going in their favor at all. But like I said, with the way the standards are, everything is still close. I just don't see a whole lot of separation just yet. So, if the Lakers can come out and get a victory today, especially against a team that's, not too far ahead of them in the standings, that would be good. And then, of course, I think the Lakers go on this East Coast road trip, which I think they still have a lot of winnable games. I think first they're going to take on Orlando. And then after Orlando, I think they take on Miami, who has not been playing well at all either. And then after that, I think they take on Atlanta. And then they get their rematch against the Hornets, who I'm thinking they would really be wanting to get that rematch, considering how things ended the other night for the Lakers. So, if they can put together a good road trip, starting here today in Dallas on Christmas Day, we will see. And, I just hate that, Steph Curry is hurt too, because you want to see the best of the best on Christmas Day. That Golden State-Memphis matchup was something that I was very excited to hear about when they first announced the games before the start of the season. And we all know, how that Golden State matchup turned out against Memphis last year and how Ja Morant was injured. But, that's one unfortunate part of the game. You never know, when you may be injured, when you may be unavailable to play. So that's another thing, just showing people want to talk about LeBron James. Longevity records, man, it's amazing just to even do that. You know how many games and miles this man got on his body? So just take it in and enjoy it the best that you can. Whether you love it or hate it, just tune in and enjoy it, man. I know it might be some NFL games on today. The Titans lost again yesterday. I think I'm pretty much checked out for the NFL season, just to be completely honest with everybody, man. Just with all the injuries that mounted up on my Titans, they started off so good this year too, and we all see what happened to them. So, it is what it is. But But like I said, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Let's hope for a Lakers victory today. That would be a good Christmas present. And I know if my daddy was in his solid state of mind and could understand what was going on, he would be right alongside me today, cheering on the Lakers, which was always his favorite team since he was a youngster. Well, before that, back in the ABA, I think he liked St. Louis, Oscar Robertson, if I'm not mistaken, before they even merged. But, you know, Lakers was always his squad since Showtime, you know. But anyway, as always, I just want to say, right on to the real. Much love to these haters, and much blessing and happiness to all. Peace.